So we'd ask you to please approach the podium, tell us your name, what business you represent. If you haven't turned off your cell phones, we please ask you to turn those off now. So we're going to get started. We only have four applications tonight, so it should move along fairly quick. And before we actually meet our first applicant, Cindy Ritz is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
It reminds me of first grade or something. You all ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Cindy.
I forgot I took my packet out of the office,
Okay.
but I brought mine.
Okay, good.
So if you can help me out on that.
Okay, great. Our first application tonight is DRB 2013-68, the application of Pet Supplies Plus at 127 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne. Zone is Commercial 2 for a one-wall sign. And this will be the site, which is now Rite Aid, and they'll be leaving in about a month.
Oh,
And
that's soon.
yeah, by December 19th is their move-out date.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hi there.
Good evening. I'm Dottie Tucio. I'm the permit expediter for Pro Sign Company,
Okay.
and we're representing Pet Supplies. What they would like to do, there was a Rite Aid sign there before, or store there before, and now it's going to be Pet Supplies. So we're just changing out the signs. We're actually going smaller in square foot than the Rite Aid sign had, and we're also doing low LED lighting, so it's much more efficient on the economy. So all in all, it's better. So I think you have the packet of what the sign is going to look like. I also brought a little bit better photos, larger photos, so you can kind of see what was there before and what we're proposing to do. Would you like to see them?
Yes.
Sure.
Do you want her to put them on the board?
Okay,
Yeah.
if you wouldn't mind. yeah, if
Oh,
you- And
yeah,
the
that's right.
camera will pick those up.
Okay.
Thanks, Cindy.
Turn it the other way. Keep going. Keep going. One more turn.
Oh, another way?
Yep,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
Got it. Okay, so that is what we're proposing to do. This was what was up there before.
Okay.
So, and I brought a sample of the plexiglass somewhere. It's going to be the green plexiglass. Did you need that under here, Joe?
Sure.
Oh, sure.
But that's the color of the green for the sign.
So they're going to be individual mounted letters, channeled letters.
And again, it's low lighting LED, almost like Christmas lighting.
Okay.
You know, you can't, it's like very fire resistant. I mean, like the other neon lights, there's more chances of things happening. This is very safe and it's economy efficient.
Right.
So
This,
it's a much better way that they're making signs now.
this Pet Supplies Plus, I believe, is a national chain out of Michigan, is it?
And they
Okay.
have their standard.
That's what I was going to ask you. That's pretty much their logo, their colors and everything. Okay.
Now, do you sell pets too, or just supplies?
I'm sorry.
Do you sell pets too, like puppies and,
Gosh, I don't know.
okay,
I don't know, because I don't work for them.
I
I work for the
see.
sign company.
okay.
Okay. The, Brian, your mic. It's okay. The sign's a little large. You're only allowed 50 square feet, and I think you're at 54 and change. So we're going to have to reduce it some.
Okay, but
All
it
right.
is smaller than what was up there before, just so you know
Yeah,
that.
that sign was done before the new sign ordinance
Okay,
was.
so it's not grandfathered over?
No,
The square
no.
foot? Okay.
No, you actually have to start from scratch at this point.
Okay, so how
and
much lower would we have to make it?
Well,
Well, this is going to be shocking to you.
Uh-oh, please don't.
So you tell her then.
no, you do the dirty work.
It's going to be 16 inches on the letters,
16 what?
16 height on the
For
letters.
Right now, we're at,
Probably at
26.
You're 26, I think.
that's a lot.
I know, but you know, we did the same thing to Rite Aid when they moved down the street.
Did
I
you?
just brought our notes on previous applicants, CVS, we made them do 16-inch, and they all have like a standard that they try to implement in every community they go into, as you know. I'm sure you've met
I've done a lot of
Signage codes, a
CVS.
lot,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, CVS are really hard to get permits for because they want so much. This is such a long storefront. You know they have, so it doesn't go by linear foot of the storefront or anything?
You can have like a panel behind it that's the linear foot that's allotted to you, but your letters can still only be 16 inches in height.
Really?
So if you want to
Okay.
spread them out across the whole thing, I don't mean to be mocking. What I'm saying is you have that space allotted to
So
you.
it's not the width so much as the height of the letters that we have to keep within?
It's both. Like if your letters were the right height, but you still took up too much square footage, then we'd have to say you can't go
Well,
with that.
that wouldn't
Yeah.
even look
I know.
appropriate,
Yeah,
so we wouldn't do it
Yeah.
where it wouldn't look
Right.
nice. You
I
have
know.
to,
And it's a big storefront to have Pet Supplies Plus down to 16 inches, but we've been consistent with everyone.
You know, that's the problem. It is a big store. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another way you could, I mean, I really hate the way Rite Aid looks anyway,
I
the
mean,
Rite Aid
could we go
front.
even 20 inches? I mean, it just, 16 is just. that
16 is
is-
pretty
You know
big.
how long the storefront is, I believe?
16 is a
I
lot
have it
bigger than
here.
you think at that range.
Yeah.
The storefront is 93 feet long.
I know.
Yeah,
So you would have to, as a designer, I would make it go all the way to one side or all the way to the other and just have it look intentional to have that one part left open. But if these are 12 inches, these are 12
I
inches,
believe they
right?
are.
We tell everybody they're 12. I feel like I should measure them again. Then, and your facility is right on Route 30. So it's not a visual sign for, for clients or customers
Right.
or business to see. It's,
So is it definitely like standard, or do you think we could talk about getting it to 20 inches? Or is it pretty well set that,
What do you guys feel? I mean,
we could come down 6 inches or so?
I think we've been pretty consistent with the height throughout, and
You're only 75 feet off the roadway, and when you're looking at 16-inch letters, they're still pretty big. Look at that exit sign up there.
Yeah, but you're asking them to come down 10 inches. That's an awful lot.
not-
Well,
Could we
yeah, but
come
you
down
could have
like
made them
5
3
inches?
feet. You could have made them 3 feet, and then you say, well, you're going to bring them down to 10 inches. Well,
That's
you know,
true,
I
but,
mean,
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
their
you
sign-
set the 26.
Their
We didn't
sign
set
band's
this.
37 inches. That's
Huh?
kind of what they're working with. The sign,
The
so the
sign
sign
band
band is 37 inches.
It's
I-
35 inches high.
I took a peek tonight at the Rite Aid letters. I'm gonna say, without getting a tape measure out, they were probably about 24. I don't know, did you measure them?
I did not.
Okay,
no.
that was my guess, just kind of eyeballing it.
Well, I can tell you what they were.
Okay.
I think I have that written down.
well, I can tell you what we did for Rite Aid, and this is the size of their building. It extends more than 90 feet, and we told them they had to bring their letter size down. We let them make the P in pharmacy 16 inches, and the words Rite Aid, they're moving right down, you know where they're going, right? You've probably
No,
passed
I
that.
don't. I'm not really from this area.
Oh, well, they're going from this location, I don't know, quarter mile down the road.
East, yeah.
They're on Route 30 also. They weren't happy, but,
Okay, you know what the letter height of the Rite Aid were actually 30 inches.
Really?
they look huge.
Yeah.
They're far too
30
big.
inches, and
Wow.
we're asking for 26, so we actually came down in height
Mm-hmm.
from what was up there.
But we can't approve 26.
I'm sorry.
But we can't approve 26. We cannot approve
Oh,
26.
you cannot approve 26. I understand that, but I was just hoping that maybe you could approve,
What do you guys feel about 20?
like,
No.
No.
18 inches
I
maybe?
just,
I'd go with
I
18.
understand what you're saying, I really do. But you also
How about even
understand,
like 18
businesses
inches?
are continually changing.
Yeah.
And so each one that comes in uses what went before and says, hey, you gave them 20 inches. We want 20 inches. So we're trying to maintain a certain
Right.
aesthetic standard. And I totally get what you want. I don't mean
Yeah,
to
but
be,
you saw how that Rite Aid
We were so
looks,
excited to see
okay?
it
And
go.
they were at 30 inches, but if we come down to 18, even if you give us a couple more inches, would, I mean,
I don't know how I can do that. If you'd been here the night we went to battle with Rite Aid, you'd understand that that wouldn't be right for us
Right.
to do that. They came in with a team, and we said, we're just going to hold at the 16 inches. And they wanted a lot of other things also, but
so
these are
your
my notes from them.
codes are 16-inch letter height, and that is your
Well,
code.
It's not really in
It's not
in
in
the
the
code
code.
as such.
Well, what does the code say?
The code is more square footage.
Yeah.
And you have to go with under 50 square feet. So, yeah, I mean, you'll certainly get under 50
Which-
square feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of an aesthetic thing. And like Cindy was saying, if we give in to one, then everybody's going to want humongous letters. I'll be honest with you, I'd be okay with 18.
I would be okay with 18
Yeah.
also, and I would base it on, if somebody else came, I'd say, do you have 90 feet?
That's exactly
Of
it.
frontage?
Yeah.
Thank you. That would,
Yeah, I
that
mean,
would,
again, what do you guys feel?
if you
Right.
guys are okay with that.
Yeah,
I'll go, sure.
18?
18.
20 too much?
20's too much.
20's
20 too
Okay.
much?
All
18?
right, we'll take
18.
the choice.
Okay.
Thank you. I
right.
appreciate that.
Okay,
Well, thank you, because I know, you came in with a job to do.
Yeah,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh.
if somebody gets it, it's just,
Like
yeah.
you really have to try and get some kind of uniform that you're doing for everybody, so
Right.
people don't feel it's like, so I understand that. And
Yeah.
I understand also if you say, well, if you have 93 frontage, you're giving.
You're different than if you have 15 feet frontage.
I
But we
appreciate
still
it.
need to give a motion.
Well, there's a few
Yeah,
other things we're
part-
going to
yeah,
go over
part-
now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
Don't pack up.
Your,
I'm sorry.
the front facade, when that Rite Aid sign comes down, it's going to have a lot of holes in it.
They patch, repair, and paint.
Forget the patch. Why don't you
Oh.
have them put new paneling up? And they've got a crew, because we're the neighbor, we have the shoe store next door. So they've got a crew, and they've worked on that building countless times and put new paneling and stuff. So why don't we have them put all new paneling along that front facade?
Okay, so on the front facade, you want all new paneling, panel?
Yeah, rather than trying to patch up holes, and it's
Okay,
never going to look right.
So where the sign is going, that panel, you want a brand-new panel
Yeah,
put up?
yeah, that
Okay.
front part. And like I say,
Okay.
those guys have done it, and they've got the materials and all. I've seen them. They had an issue with the side of the store.
Okay.
With that same paneling, it kind of just L shapes. So they know how to do it, and they can
Okay.
do it. So, yeah, let's get new rather than
Okay,
patch.
so where the sign is going, that panel, we want a new panel.
Replaced, yeah.
Replaced,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
The whole length of the store?
Well, the,
Or right where the
the-
holes in the sign?
Yeah, the corner, I mean, you guys are repositioning that sign, I guess, due to the tree being in the way?
I guess they
So that-
will bring it down a little bit?
Yeah. So that,
Yeah, they actually already did.
right. So, yeah, that front piece,
Okay.
yeah. Like I said, they have the capability of doing it, so,
Not a problem.
right, okay. So, just a couple of things. It meets the 15-foot height requirement, I'm
Yep.
sure. Signs can't be any higher than 15 feet, so you're okay there. And you're going to move the sign, letters are okay.
Well, the overall square foot of the sign, yeah, is
Which-
the 50, 54, 50.
Yeah, now with the 18-inch letters, it'll certainly drop.
I mean, it is coming down a lot than what was up there before.
Yeah.
I know.
It is.
You know,
We're really grateful.
It's
Yeah.
funny, the Rite Aid sign, the way it is now, it's kind of a backwash. So it's not the individual channel letters that are real bright and stand out. Yours is going to jump a
You
lot
know,
more than theirs does.
And that's the other thing, we're putting in low lighting. It's
Yeah.
not bright neon anymore, so that's the other thing. It's,
Yeah, well, yeah, like
Well,
I
that's-
say,
and we appreciate that.
yeah, but yours is
You know, the
still going to
whole-
pop more than theirs. Theirs is just a white wash on the back panel there, a little, it's,
Okay.
at nighttime, it's really not that visible. So you're certainly going to get a lot more visibility. So, and believe me, everybody's going to see 18-inch letters.
yeah.
Yeah, that we know.
I think 18.
I mean, the whole issue here, you as an outsider, is that we're trying to defend Radnor Township. We're trying to keep it like a village and not look like Admiral Wilson Boulevard or Route 17 from,
I agree. That, I
And
agree
that's-
with townships and having their codes and keeping everything with it. I mean, I'm right there
Thanks.
with you. So,
thank you.
A couple other things, and it's a shame you're not represented by the property owner or people from Pet Supplies Plus, but an opportunity like this, when a store comes in for new signage, it's an opportunity for us to get other things corrected. And that, nothing's been done to that property in quite a while. So, Peggy and Bill will write this up in the motion, and it'll be in there, certain things that we're going to ask the property owner to do, but we'll bring it up tonight in this forum,
Right.
so you know.
Well, the one good thing about changeover in companies, when somebody else comes in, they usually do clean it up.
Yeah.
from
Yes.
And it needs a
who
cleanup.
had it before.
Well, especially if you have a big national brand behind you, you hope that they have a standard that they want to
Right.
achieve. But we'll still mention,
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
your shopping list.
So just a couple things, like, there's 2 trash
Now, where will
dumpsters in the
that
back.
be mentioned? Will it be mentioned in?
They'll get it. I'm sure Pet Supplies Plus and the
Oh, okay, so
property
you'll
owner will
just
both
send
get it.
directly to them and the owners?
They get a copy of tonight's motion.
We usually send it to the applicant.
Okay,
We can
Okay.
send it to both.
okay.
Are you the applicant?
I'm the applicant for the
Okay.
sign company and
Right.
for doing
So they
the
should get
sign.
it also.
You're Dottie
Yes.
Tuccio.
I'm Dottie Tucci.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So just mention a few things. Currently, there's 2 large trash dumpsters in the back.
Okay.
And according to code, they have to be shadow boxed in,
Okay.
so that'll be
Yeah,
mentioned.
just put all that down, we'll pass it on to them.
Exactly.
Also, if you would send it right to, I guess, the owner, or would it go to?
Well, the
Pet
owner should
Supply?
certainly know.
Yeah, the owner.
of the property.
You know, and then we'll have two ways of getting
Sure.
to them and knowing that it should be done.
Okay. We also talked about it, and I think you guys were all here at the last meeting when Sovereign Bank came in Wayne, that there's a little bit of a hazard where people pull out of the parking lot, fly right through a pedestrian sidewalk to come up to Route 30.
Yes, so we
And
wanted a stop sign.
Well, there's a stop sign there now, but that doesn't work. So we're looking for a
Traffic
speed-
calming.
Traffic
The speed
calming.
bump.
Okay, so,
Now,
We're
you
gonna
know
ask-
that we, Pro Sign Company and who I'm representing, we only do this.
no, I understand.
know
But we
that.
needed just to mention this. Tonight's our opportunity,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, we
we're
can
not
pass
picking
it
on you or
on.
anything, so.
Yeah, no, we just want to be able to pass it on. Sometimes,
Okay,
yeah.
we can do that.
And then we're also going to mention, and we'll just mention it tonight, that a lot of stores put sandwich boards out, there's A-frames. They're not
Yes.
allowed by code.
Okay.
So we'll mention that so they know when they put it out, they know
Okay.
they've been told they can't do it, so. And on window signage, I know you didn't come in with any window signage, but in that location, they're allowed up to 20%
Oh, okay. At the
square
wall.
foot for window signage.
Okay.
Okay. And the other thing is the address number, I don't think is really prominently displayed, so we're going to ask that the address number be prominently
Okay, so you
displayed.
would like them to put a address number someplace up on the wall or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
On the door.
Door,
On the
window,
door, okay.
whatever.
Like vinyl letters or something,
Yeah.
just so we have, okay.
Yeah, and they're just
I wish
things
I
that,
had a
you know-
pen with me so I could be writing down, but this is all going to be, you're
Yep.
going to
Yeah.
send this over to me?
Yes,
Yeah, the object is if there's an emergency,
Yes.
that emergency people know where to go.
what else, guys?
That's good.
I mean, like I
I
said,
don't think I have
it's
anything
our
else, yeah.
our opportunity to kind of
Right.
like get this place up to snuff. And do you think anything else that need to be addressed?
No.
I guess the other thing too is there's parking lot signs.
Yes.
And I guess they'll all be updated with the pet supplies instead
Instead
of,
of Rite
instead
Aid.
of Rite Aid.
Oh,
There's,
yeah, I'm sure they're
there's do
gonna
not
do that.
parking signs, Rite Aid
Yeah, if it
customers and
says
all
right
that.
in,
Yeah,
I'm sure they're going to change it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions for us, or comments, or questions,
I'm
comments?
good,
You're good?
Thanks, Dottie.
thank you.
You've been very
Brian,
cooperative.
Thanks for coming.
Comments, questions?
No,
Good.
You're all right?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody like to make a motion for approval?
should I mention the shadow box on the dumpster?
Yeah, yeah.
All
yeah.
all the points that we just
Yeah,
brought
if you
up.
missed something, I have it
Shadow
written down.
box,
Address.
Replace the panel, the dumpsters with the shadow box, traffic calming, window covering not to exceed 20%, and the street number visible.
We'll bail you out. Don't worry, Brian.
In the matter of DRB 2013-68, Pet Supplies Plus at 127 West Lancaster, I move that we approve it with the following modifications. The signage will only be 18 inches in height. You're only permitted 20% coverage in the windows. The dumpster in the rear needs to be enclosed. There needs to be traffic, some type of traffic calming measure at the exits of the side parking lot. The fascia panel that the sign will be attached to should be replaced, not patched.
No sandwich boards.
And no sandwich boards.
Good. Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks. All right, next on the agenda is DRB 2013-69, the application of WilHamsons of Wayne at 111 South Wayne Avenue. Actually, it's in Wayne, for some window signage. And- Hello there.
Alex Valeri for Williamsons of Wayne. My wife Sue Valeri.
Is this your business?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Then you can tell us about it.
Yeah. It's
One of you,
opportunity
right?
for a free commercial. How's that?
Williamsons of Wayne
Good work.
is Williamsons from Old Greenwich, Connecticut, where it's been a family business since 1958. And we merged, or we took over the tailor shop of Wayne, and we are now Williamsons of Wayne. We do custom home decor and tailoring.
Oh,
Great.
cool. So,
And we sell products as well, custom products.
so if I have a chair, I want
Yes.
upholstered,
Yes.
slip-covered, pillows?
Covers, yes, and we have a lot of things in the store as samples to show you. We can show you, right now, we're working on upholstery, most days we are, or we have slip covers in the store, and a lot of draperies and valances hanging in the store, so you can see.
Oh, great.
Sometimes that
I've seen
helps.
it. I thought, looks great.
You know, we have more to add, we got busy.
Good.
Yes, it is, it's a wonderful location, absolutely love the location, right across from the post office.
Yeah,
Great location.
it's great.
And the firehouse will keep you awake all the time.
Don't sleep there.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have some plans, you want to lay them out on the table and tell us what you've done. The store looks good. I like the color combination.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the color, by the way. That's purple on there.
Okay, well, no, the red and the
It's kinda
black.
gray.
I did make a copy for each member. if
Yeah,
you-
sure.
Thank you.
You did your homework assignment, huh? Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, Alex, why don't you walk us through and tell us what you've done here and,
Basically, what happened was, we hadn't planned opening the store until the spring. So when this opportunity came up, it came up quickly. Going with the tailor shop, which was on Aberdeen, you know, she had to get out by the end of the month. This thing happened kind of quickly. Too quick to get a sign up, which is why we went on the windows. So this is not a permanent, necessarily a permanent signage. We would probably have to come back later to do either, we'd love to do an awning, is what we'd love to do.
right?
And then just do the name on the front of the awning with the, you know, the street address. So for us, it's really not conducive to block the window because we want people to see in, to
Sure.
see the home decor. But to get something, that's the only thing we could put on the building that quickly. And again, I apologize for it being there before coming here.
That's no problem.
I didn't,
It's okay.
I
You're not the
didn't read
first.
it well
You're
enough.
not the
I-
first.
Yeah.
yeah, so, I mean, my apologies for that. I was thinking of the sign above it, but.
Right.
And the previous business, the Global Gifts, which is our landlord, took their sign down. But this was a temporary, and still is a temporary. We have all intentions of taking all this off, or most of it, except for maybe the store hours.
Well, it looks good.
It looks good,
yeah.
though. I don't know. Do you have to take, I mean, I think that looks great.
Well, an awning would be, we're trying to somewhat match what Sue's parents had up in Old Greenwich,
Okay.
which was just, you know, plain storefront,
Yep.
painted black, and just a simple black awning with the name on the front.
Okay.
It's just to keep it, you know, simple.
All right, good. So everything's white vinyl, basically?
Everything's white vinyl except for Williamsons of Wayne is,
A cream. like a
yeah,
cream
creamish.
That's all right.
Okay. And in this location, they're allowed up to 20% of their available window space, and looks like you've done some good calculations there, huh?
I know, look at this
No wonder
poor
why you've
guy.
been busy. This
Did
must have
every
kept you
little
up all
inch.
night, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was trying to get it, you know,
We would have eyeballed it for you and gone, yeah, that looks good.
I mean, we're talking with the landlord eventually about changing the window to make it one. It's funny, out of all the shops right there, the only person that has one full glass is the barber who doesn't need it.
Right.
Everybody else has, you know, we have,
All the broken up.
yeah, so it'd be nice to have one big clear.
I got to tell you, in all honesty, I'd leave it the way it is. Because I know years ago,
Yeah.
our side window, which is a big plate, it got hit numerous times with BBs. That was a big thing years ago, and it cracked. And my dad
yeah.
put, panels in to make it 3. You know, you
They
don't want,
couldn't break
you
them
don't
all
want,
at once.
Yeah,
you don't want to change a big panel.
Right
It's
next to the
less
expensive.
middle school.
expensive.
Yeah, it's
And
expensive.
now you
to
get 3
change it.
BBs.
What's that?
Now you get 3 BBs.
Well, yeah, yeah, let's hope. That's been over for a while, let's hope. Yeah.
but,
But,
it's-
no, look,
It looks good. I
I
think
think
the
it
only
looks
thing you
good.
probably say is there a store, the address number on there?
yeah, the number is,
Am I looking at it and I don't see it?
no, it's
111.
it's on the top of it's on the frame.
Oh,
of the
okay.
door. Just
Good.
111,
Great.
three black
Oh, yeah,
letters.
okay,
all right, good.
perfect. Hey, if the EMTs can't find you, I mean, you're,
Yeah.
2
Well,
doors down.
People still have trouble finding us, even with the 111 on there. They go to the apartment upstairs, which is 111A.
Ah, jeez.
and you knock on the door.
Really?
Yeah, because she used, I guess, she used to use upstairs, and so there's a Visa, MasterCard sign in the top of the window, so they think,
Oh,
I guess the
geez.
big letters on, you know.
Yeah.
The big
The
Williamson
stuff.
thing not hitting them.
Yeah, they don't see that. And that's why the teller shop also on the door is to let them know that the
Where
old
who you
business
were.
is there. Eventually,
Right.
that will also go away.
Okay.
It'll just be Williamsons of Wayne.
Okay,
All right.
is there anything else on the application?
No,
That looks
that's
great.
really about it.
Looks
So-
good.
So if you do change, naturally you have to come back for an
Yes.
awning or whatever you
Yes.
plan on doing down the road, so.
Okay.
Now we know.
Okay. All right, do you have any other questions for our board?
No, we're
No.
thrilled to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Yeah,
That's
very,
great.
very
Thank you.
happy to be
Thanks.
I'm thinking what I need to have.
here. Yes, just come on in.
Oh, I will.
Any other questions? Tony, Brian, you guys all right?
No,
Cindy?
I'm
all
good, I
right.
think it's great.
Okay. Tony, you want to handle this one?
Sure.
Thank you.
In the matter of DRB 2013-69, Williamsons of Wayne, the submission is approved as submitted.
Okay. Here a
Second.
second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, see you around
Thank
town.
you. Okay, see
Okay,
you.
take care. Okay, we're just going to flip-flop two things on the agenda, so thank you, Mr. Hollowell. And we're going to jump over to number 4, which is Polaris Laser Hair Removal at 536 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a new wall sign. And I think we're all familiar with this. Sorry to have you come back again.
Yeah, third
but,
time.
Okay,
Stephanie came for Polaris.
I'm sorry?
Laser hair removal.
Yes, okay. So tell us exactly what's going on at the location.
The first meeting, I wasn't here. The second meeting, I wasn't here. At
Right.
the first meeting, I think he submitted laser hair removal without the name Polaris.
Right,
So he was told to add the extra round sign.
right.
So the second time he came back, he was denied because, oh, the name of the store wasn't the sign.
Okay.
So I went and changed the name of the store.
Okay.
business.
So you have to change the name of the business?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's now Polaris
Polaris
Laser
Hair.
Hair Removal, okay. But you're still going to do nails, or you're going to kind of get away from the nail business?
For now, we're doing both, but eventually maybe move to somewhere else.
Okay, all right. So I think we've all seen the sign now for a couple meetings, and the sign is already made, right? Okay, so it's ready to go, okay. And we've asked you to add the Polaris name,
Yep.
which they have,
Yeah,
so,
so I think that's it.
yeah.
Accept.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Well, if you're changing the name of the business, what about the pole sign out front?
The pole sign, I think I'm going to keep the same. I'm going to replace it because it has a hole.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
So you're not going to change the name on the pole sign, though, to match the name of your business?
Do you think I have to come back for the permit if I remove the nails, to just put Polaris?
If you
Yeah.
just put Polaris
Yeah,
there?
and any change, you'll have to come
Any
back.
change, you have to come back.
Right.
But we've already, I think the township has requested that the,
They did in
Repaired.
July 18th, 2011. Yeah, they were notified about
Right.
that, so, okay. So, yeah, it has to be fixed. So whether you
The
make
only
the
reason
exact
why
same thing.
I wasn't able to do it because my landlord, who owns the dry cleaners next door,
Mm-hmm.
didn't agree to change it, to
Okay.
replace it.
Well, he's going to have to.
Oh, okay,
'Cause he-
so we need to send a letter to the landlord.
Yeah, he's already 2 years late. I mean, he was told here in July of 2011, he needs to
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah.
So,
So what if she wants it to say something different? You just wanted to say Polaris?
Only because I don't want to come back for the permit.
nobody wants to come
But
in
if
for a
I
permit.
had-
Yeah.
I just maybe keep the same.
Well,
If you make any change to a sign, what's the
it
rule on
has to
that?
come in. It has
That's
to
why
come
I don't
Okay.
want to make any changes,
Yeah,
just
Bill,
keep the
Bill,
same.
if they just change a broken panel in kind, they wouldn't have to come back, right?
No, they wouldn't have to come back,
Right.
and there'd be no permits or anything required.
Right.
That'd be considered a maintenance thing.
Right,
Oh, good,
exactly.
okay, so let's write to the landlord.
Right, but if you change it,
Yeah, yeah,
then you're gonna have to come in,
definitely.
all right?
Okay,
Okay, all right. Okay, so you guys are gonna put up Polaris laser hair removal, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, you'll make it nice and level with the cleaners and everything, it'll look real good?
yeah.
Okay. And there was no sign there before, so there's not like they're
There's nothing to be
patching that has-
repaired.
Right, exactly.
Laser hairpiece.
So, okay. All right, any other questions or comments?
No.
Okay, any questions for us? You're okay?
Yeah.
You're happy? We want you to be happy. All right.
Thank you.
Look, she's
Okay.
happy, I can tell.
All
she's
right.
happy. And he's happy.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry it took
Everybody's
so long.
happy.
All right,
It's okay.
Everybody's happy.
okay. All right, who would like to make the motion for approval?
Well, it only seems fitting. Better make the motion.
Thank you.
In the matter of DRB 2013-71, Polaris hair removal, I move that we accept the design as presented.
Okay, do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, good night now. Okay, and last on the agenda tonight is DRB 2013-70, the application of West Wayne Holding Company Incorporated at 229 West Wayne Avenue in Wayne, Zone C1, for a new building. Hello,
Good
sir.
evening.
How are ya?
Hi, Kaz Holloway. I'm the general partner for West Wayne Holding Company LP and the president of CF Holloway III and Company, which will be the builder developer of the property.
Nice to have you here tonight.
We're here to present the exterior facade for what will be the rebuilding of the Adelberger Florist Shop. If you look in your packet, I have included
Wow, it looks just the same.
Now, what year
that's
was that
amazing.
built?
That's
There was
amazing.
a fire about 10 years ago.
I remember that, but they sort of, did they keep the same design somewhat, or?
Well, it was it was very attractive from Conestoga Road, but I have photographs going all the way around.
Yep.
The angle that the first photograph, this photograph was taken was from the corner of Conestoga and West Wayne Avenue.
Right.
And you don't see the gable roof behind it, but you can see it on the opposite side.
Yeah.
See here?
Yep.
And this is the mansard right here, and it had actually wood shingles on the front. But if you look on the back, which this is from the rear, it was just asphalt shingles on the same facade. So as you did a 360 around the building, it was a real hodgepodge.
Yes, I remember it.
Okay.
Okay. One thing I did not include, but I brought this evening, was the actual approved demolition plan that went with the approved plans. And the only reason I didn't include it in the application, it wasn't requested. But I thought if I could take a minute, I know that the project was discussed at the last HARB meeting. We actually attended 2 HARB meetings for the townhomes and for the approved plan of the townhouses. So I brought the HARB file with me this evening to answer any questions that you might have relative to HARB, and I hope that's okay. If you look at this, can you see that? It's a little, I don't know if they could zoom in a little bit on that.
Oh, somebody heard you.
There we go. This photograph shows the original building, and you'll see that we had requested a demolition permit with HARB to remove this wing here, this wing, which is actually the front, and what I'll do is, as I point to the plan, I'll show the actual areas on the building. The building was built probably in the 50s, then it was added to sometime in the 70s, and then it was rebuilt after the fire 10 years ago. So there was cinder block, concrete block in the foundation, but there were a number of additions. If you look at this side right here, this wing right here is this little addition right over here on the, I'm sorry. right over here on the far left. And that was a bathroom that was added, and it was just a crawl space. The original building and the addition that was added adjacent to it was full basement. But then there were these little additions added to the building. This is a freezer right here, and that is this bump out right here. Okay? And then this is a greenhouse that was added to the whole front. You can see it. It tucks in under the gutter of what was the original front of the building. Can you see that? See this greenhouse addition? And if you would like, it might be helpful.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I recognize
It's easier to see. These shaded areas are the areas that were approved for demolition, which is.
Okay.
Well, right now, I live across the street, so I'm kind of familiar with it,
Okay.
I see it at least twice a day. I see what looks to be a new foundation for a building, or is that the old foundation?
No, that's the old foundation, and if
I
you look
see.
at the approved plan, one of the things we were very concerned about when we purchased the property, the basement was wet, the block walls in the basement were wet. And what we did, if you look at this plan, the approved plan, you'll see that it's kind of squared off. So what we did is we took these additions off, and then we had to add 2 walls. In fact, this photograph that I included, do you see this little section here?
Yes.
This is what was added, and our structural engineer actually had us go down to the full basement. This is not a crawl space, this goes down.
And that's what we're looking at now?
Yes,
This is-
yes,
okay.
yes. So this little section is what was added after the crawl space was removed in order to square the building up on all 4 sides. And if you look on the front end, and I don't have a photograph with me, but we also added a wall on the front where the greenhouse was, when we took.
That long.
You can see how the greenhouse sticks out, but it also sticks back 8 feet. So when we took the greenhouse off, we then had to put a new wall in because we had agreed with the HARB and also with the Planning Commission and the Board of Commissioners to just square the building off and make it more attractive
Yes.
and fit.
I mean, all that's there now is just
The
the
foundation.
rectangular foundation
And the original,
building.
well, the building and the floor, the
Yes,
joist, the original
right.
joist and the 2 floors.
So where do we go from here? I mean, what are you going to do?
Okay. Well, what we did, one last thing, when we met with all the neighbors at the start of the project, we looked at the architecture of the entire property of Lenore Avenue, and I have some photographs here. What I'm going to just show you some representative. This is 187 Conestoga Road. You'll notice the brick lower first floor with the stucco upper and the gables on both sides. This is 243 Lenore Avenue. Very similar. You see the double gable stucco on the upper portion and the brick below. This is another angle of 243 Lenore Avenue. This is 227, 229, which has the brick lower and then the cedar siding. Similar here, the brick with the cedar siding. And
I see a pattern emerging.
Yeah, and the last one, this is the Prairie style, this is 216 Lenore Avenue. You'll notice that instead of the gables, you'll notice the hip roof, but the stucco and the brick. So what we did, and what I brought with me this evening is this is the side view of the townhouses. What we wanted to do with the townhomes is match the architecture of the neighborhood, and the neighbors really liked it. You'll notice that we did the brick on the first floor, the stucco. One building we did all gable, the double gable on the side, even though there's two buildings. If you look at the site plan here, there's actually two buildings. So the gable side, which is what we're looking at here, from what the Lenore residents would see, it would just look like the side of two houses, rather than
Oh, good.
a
For them,
multifamily
yeah.
home. Okay?
Looks nice.
So, and I just thought I should bring this with me to show you how the architecture came about. And what we wanted to do was then make sure that the retail building, which we had agreed to preserve, was going to have the same characteristic architecture.
So the retail building was demolished because they all patched up?
It was all patched up,
Problems,
and
yeah.
what happened was, when we took off the wings, well, there was block wall behind that, but that had to come out because we had to extend the roof line out
Okay.
to the new square.
Right, okay.
And when we got all done, there were only 3 block walls that were standing, and if you look at the reason why I included that one photograph right here, if you look really close, you'll see the one wall standing, and you'll see it's kind of leaning.
Yeah.
It's not plumb. And what I was afraid of, it was an unsafe condition, that's why we ended up taking the remaining 3 walls down. It just was an unsafe
Right.
condition.
Well, the retail building can't be that, I mean, that's like 50 by 50, 60 by 60, something.
Are they different square footage now for the new company, the new retail?
Oh, yeah, the original building was 3,180 square feet
And that included the
approximately.
greenhouses, right, and all the
That-
other little sheds?
No, no, no,
Oh,
that
they
included
did.
everything that was attached to the building.
Oh, okay,
It
yeah.
didn't include the structures behind the building.
Okay,
Okay, but it was 3,180, not including the full basement. It's now 2,380 feet.
Right.
So we reduced the size of the footprint.
and you kept the full basement, right?
We kept
Yeah.
the full
So do you
basement.
think you've been able to address the damp, the water problem down there?
Oh, we did. Well, what we did is when we excavated, because our structural engineer asked us to go all the way down to the original footings, because the new loads were going to be pushed to the outside walls, we actually dug around the entire building, power washed it, allowed it to dry, reparched it, because half of the building had never been parched. That's why it was so wet in the basement. And then we used the rubber wall system, and we've actually waterproofed the entire building, and then compacted the soil and brought it up. We did that before we took the trusses off. We allowed we did partial demolition, but allowed the trusses on because I wanted to protect the floor. And then when we also wanted, when we knew we were going to excavate around the building, so we wanted the trusses to hold it together until we got all that work done, and then we took the trusses off. So it's ready to go right now. Does
Nice.
that help?
So what's it going to look like? I like the way you built the suspense here, though. I'm like, now, yes.
Well, I thought I should just give you an explanation of how we approach the architecture, and what I want to do now is give you the, let me just,
So it looks like you're going to have a retail building about 2,000 feet and 6 townhouses.
that's correct.
Okay.
Now, this is, doesn't have all the trees and the pretty, if you look at the sorry, if you look at the townhome, that's the two buildings with the hips and the gables, you see? And that's the side view. And then this building will sit in front of it, but when you look at this plan by itself, this is just one floor. We did the brick facade just 4 feet high to kind of carry the same theme as the townhomes.
Mr. Holloway, you want to use
Yes.
the mic? It'd be easier to use this?
Thank you.
Yeah, might be more comfortable for you. There you go.
So if you look at the building on all 4 sides, this is the West Wayne Avenue elevation right here. This is the Conestoga Road elevation compared to this elevation. Now you'll notice this had the stucco wall, the block wall. We're going to still do the building in block, the exterior on all 4 sides. But we've allowed, you'll notice this overhang here that was on the Conestoga Mansard side. Well, when we did our land plan, we're showing the sidewalk wrapping around the entire building. And we have a 5-foot overhang matching this same 5-foot overhang that was on the original building. And the idea of that is that the residents in the townhomes, at night, they can walk around the building and look in the windows and
Yeah.
shop and be protected from the elements. And we just thought it was a real nice,
I think that's a nice element. I thought
Character.
that about the previous building, is that you have, when you walk up to it, you have that covering there. So
Yes.
this will be nice.
yeah. So,
Good.
so it's going to be, the stucco is going to match the same stucco color as the townhome. The brick will match the brick, and we're going to match the brick of Lenore Avenue, the same type of bricks, because we want it to look like it's been there for some time. And then we thought, you can, when you look at the roof of the old building and go around, now we've kind of mimicked the prairie style with the hip roof with the gables on all 4 sides. So the building's really going to look attractive from all 4 angles. So that's,
Yeah, the mansard was tough. I don't know what period they were going for, but this looks, it's really nice the way you respected the architecture from the Wella and
Well,
the
thank
area.
you.
I think that,
Lenore.
Lenore. excuse me,
Lenore, yeah.
I have that other one on my mind. No, I'm pretty close to that every day. That looks good, too.
well, thank you.
I guess your
So-
net is you're going to have more parking for the retail store?
The parking there will be 14 parking spaces. We were only required to do 12, but we were able to do, for the amount of square footage, we're just under 2,400 square feet.
Okay.
Which requires 12 parking spaces. We actually have 14. And we also have 4 parking spaces for each townhome.
Ooh, wow.
There's a 2-car garage and 2-car parking in front of the garage door before you get to the private drive that approaches the townhomes.
And how many
That's nice.
townhomes total?
6,
6, okay.
What's the
So-
square footage on those?
3,200 square feet.
Wow, it's a nice size.
Pardon me?
Each one is 3,200.
Yes, yeah.
Do they have basements or?
No, it's slab on grade. The ground floor is the 2-car garage. There's a bedroom, bath. Then you go upstairs, and we have the great room, kitchen, living room, dining room. Then the next floor is the master suite and the bedrooms.
When do you think they'll be ready?
Well, we just got our permit yesterday. and
Oh,
We
congratulations.
broke ground this morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I'm hoping in 6 months.
Do you know offhand what your, it really doesn't have anything to do with the design review board, but what's your percentage of impervious coverage on the lot? I'd be amazed if you knew offhand. I just thought I'd ask.
What I can tell you is we are under the allowable impervious coverage on both. The property's unique in that it has, where the retail building is, that's commercial, zone commercial. And then where the townhomes lie, that's R5. It's the only split zone property in the South Wayne Historic District. So we were required, that's why we have townhomes and we kept the retail building there. So we are under the allowable, but I don't have that. I didn't come prepared with that exact number tonight. I'm sorry.
No, I was just curious. It's,
I actually have a question for Bill.
Bill?
Bill? Does Mr. Alloway have to come back showing us the landscape plan, lighting plan and such, or how far does our board carry this?
Well, we included that in the application.
Everything's in there?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
all-
we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all, we include, and the lighting plan and the landscape plan has all been approved by
Okay.
and recorded.
Everything's in there?
Yes. Well, we have had a couple interested parties. We have a dentist that's interested, a law firm that's interested in possibly taking the space.
Oh, the retail space?
Yes,
A dentist?
yes. We had a Pilates studio that has shown interest. So,
Oh, so I don't know why I thought it was going to continue as a flower shop. It's not. Or
well,
it might, but we
actually,
don't know that.
no, the Mr. Barnett, who purchased the florist shop from the Adelbergers about 12 years ago, he was their manager
Yeah.
and store manager, and he purchased the business, but he did not purchase the property. He leased the space.
Oh, okay.
So we bought the building, we bought the property from Mr. and Mrs. Adelberg. And he just, they just celebrated their 125th anniversary in being in business in Wayne. And what he did was he sold the business to another company. And they're doing deliveries.
Yeah, I see the sign. It says still doing deliveries, but
Yes.
they don't have a retail space right now, or they?
I spoke to them, and they just, the way they run their operation, they have a 10,000 square foot facility that they do like FTD.
Yeah.
And they just, the space didn't work for them.
Oh, so it'll be interesting to see what comes in there.
Yeah,
How many
we were
square feet is
hoping
that?
that it could continue
Yeah.
because we have been working with Barry.
But it's a nice retail too, business, you know?
yeah.
How many square feet is that, the retail space?
2,400, just almost
thought you said that.
24.
I guess it's not large enough for a restaurant then, right? Or have you
No,
had
no,
interest
no.
from restaurants?
No, in fact,
wouldn't have parking.
we
Yeah.
had two businesses that wanted to put a restaurant in, and we said no because I didn't want to have a restaurant. We didn't think the parking would accommodate
Right.
it anyway,
Right.
but we didn't want a restaurant next to
I
our
know,
residence.
sure. Yeah, late night, early deliveries, I guess, and all that stuff, yeah.
The plan looks great, I think.
I think we're there.
So do you have any other questions?
I guess we're always.
Oh, we will
interested-
be back. I wanted to say
Yes.
that when we do either lease a space.
Right,
Or sell it, we'll do either or. That the new tenant would come back for signage
Sure.
and whatever,
Okay.
awnings or whatever they would
okay,
want to do.
great,
okay?
great.
But I think that would be the only thing that we would have to come back for the design review board.
Then they'll be able to do two signs, because they front on
Yeah,
two streets.
yeah.
So that'd be nice for them to have that signage.
The neighbors on Lenore, are they pretty happy at this point? I know you went around and around.
Well, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Things look good.
I think,
Okay.
no, I know my immediate neighbors are very happy.
Okay, good.
Because we worked with them. If you drive by, we landscaped the Lenore property already. We put a shadow box fencing up, which matched the shadow box fencing of the townhomes that
Yeah.
are to our east. And we planted large evergreens, 10 to 12-foot evergreens, and we planted a 30-foot spruce in front of the 3-story garage on our neighbor's
Great.
property.
Oh,
So if you drive by it, you'll see it. It's pretty cool.
that is very cool.
Yeah.
Did Gordon Eady do that?
Yeah, no, well, Gordon did the plantings
Mm-hmm.
for us, but we had to get a special tree
Tree spade.
spade. Yeah, we bought the tree. He actually had a tree I wanted, but the guy couldn't dig it, so I had to purchase it from the tree spade company.
You had to purchase the tree from the tree spade company?
Yeah,
I don't know who has a tree spade that big. I know one person.
but
Well,
it's a
that's
beautiful tree.
I gotta go by and, I do look every day. I go by it every day, so it's fun to watch the progress.
So the impact to the Lenore Avenue residents, they're only going to see the side of a building. It's gonna look
It's
like-
gonna look
Yeah.
like 2 homes.
Right,
Yeah.
so they're not going to see parking lot lights from the retail or anything
No,
like that?
no,
Okay.
no.
So really no impact for
And
them?
the beauty of the space, the way we did it, is at night, when the retail's not being used, if like a resident in one of the townhouses had a party, they could park there and be able to walk right up to the house,
Yeah.
which is kind of nice.
That's great.
That's nice.
Because they share the expenses, the retail and the residents will share the expenses and the maintenance of the landscaping and the snow plowing, things
Right.
like that. So it's really a nice way to keep it all
So I
together.
guess the IAC is going to lose their auxiliary parking lot, huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
Is that your club?
Not my club. I'm a member, but,
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there,
yeah,
we
any
have
questions
a
from the
motion?
board, comments, questions?
I think it looks great.
I do too.
well, thank you.
It's
Thank
really
you very
just
much.
shaping, the neighbor's shaping really nicely,
Yeah, it
yeah.
is, yeah. So we'll see you sometime for some signage and stuff like that.
Yes.
On the road.
So
Okay.
does this require a formal approval?
I think we
I
just,
think we
yeah,
should.
Yeah.
yeah. So in the matter of DRB 2013-70, West Wing Holding Company, Inc., I move that we approve the designs as submitted for, just approve all the signs, all the design that was presented.
And we'll just make mention, they come back for signage.
Yes, and you'll be back for signage for the retail, yeah.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
That's
Great.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Great.
It's nice to see you.
All right. Okay, is there any old business
This is
on our
record.
board tonight?
Are we on?
Old business, we're still on? Public participation, doesn't look like we have any.
I know, no public participation.
No. Do we
Gotta
make-
like that.
Make a motion for adjournment?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.